Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This past week, our buddy Leon over at Modelcar1589 posed a question to the community, and I think it's a pretty good question. He asked, when you're starting a new project, how do you plan? What do you do? How do you set up for that? And I thought I'd show you what Hobby Dude does. Stick around. When I start a new project, if it's a replica, that makes it a little easier because I've already got my paint colors and all that kind of in line. But if it's a project that I'm just kind of winging it on, oftentimes, as Leon said, I do have to kind of sit it down and look at it for a while, sometimes a few days. But the first thing I try to do is come up with a body color. This is going to be a vintage drag racer, and I'm doing a few unique things with it, but the first thing I had to come up with was, okay, what kind of paint scheme? And once I figure out the color that I want to go with, then that makes it easier for me to do the interior and the accent colors, something that'll go along with that exterior. And what I start doing from there is then I'll start compiling. Now this is the Revell Tim's panel truck, and this one and the Anglia, I've wrestled back and forth with which one I want to do, and I really think I want to do this one first. And what I thought I would do is go ahead and start compiling stuff. Well, you remember from the last video, I picked up that Hemi, the fuel injected Hemi from Matthew at MCV Products, and I've already started sometime back, checked online, found a really cool set of decals. At least I think they're really cool. Oh, they're in here. And these are called the Dark Horse, and I'm not going to take them out because they've got that little cover over the decals. And I like the little Paladin there, and then the Dark Horse decals, and that helped me pick the color for the body too. Anyway, but from there I start compiling stuff, and I try to keep it in the box until I get it kind of full up. Then I transfer it, and I'll show you what I transfer it to here in just a second. With this one, I had an old set of spun aluminum wheels and kind of a vintage look, so I grabbed those. And this is the photo etch and aluminum. You see all the parts here. I try to trim everything off the sprue first. There's another set of slicks I put in there, the wrinkle wall slicks, to kind of get a look at how those are going to look too for that era. But you see these, I've got a set of aluminum stacks there in a couple different sizes. Then I've got the photo etch shifters. Anything I'm going to use in a particular project, I try to go ahead and start putting in the box. Spark plug wire, magneto, different gauges of wire for different things, different little details. Some of the fittings, and you see that starts to pile up over time. That's one of the parts by parts detailing kits with different gauge wires all through it. There's the parts by parts Hemi pulleys, the Anglia and Tim's detail set from Modelcar Garage, steering wheel from Detail Master, and then a battery, that kind of stuff. I've also got an aluminum, I don't know where I put it, but it's in here somewhere, I think. But the aluminum moon tank, anyway, I'll find it. But once I fill this box up, then I transfer it to what I call a project box. And I'm leaving stuff out here, guys. That's some of the other components there. But what I mean by project boxes are, I'll go to Dollar Tree, to Dollar General, Family Dollar, wherever, and I'll pick up these shoe boxes. And you know what, let me take the camera down here a minute. I'll pick up one of these shoe boxes to transfer in because it's bigger than a model box. But then, depending on the project and how much detail I'm going to put into it, I transfer it over to, and I'll keep about 5 of these things laying around, because when I finish a project, I just empty it out and put the next project in it and put the leftover stuff back in the box. And this, for example, is this is one of the bigger boxes. I guess that's 2 pairs of shoes or a boot box. And you see it's got tons of stuff in it. And let me get my arm for the camera out of the way here for a second. This is the 1/32 scale Lumina box, and everything that I had compiled to go in it. Now most of it's already out of it because a lot of the car is finished, but as you can see, and I'll put this all back in my stock later on, but this, for example, there's a bag of all of the photo etch and some of the Protect lines and wires, things like that, that are going into and have gone into that 32nd scale Lumina. That's a lot of stuff. And some of it I'll put in there whether I use it or not, for making some of the detail straps and wiring. There's some of that really thin old solder. And I'm also using the larger gauge to make the headers. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here. Here's another bag of Protect, and this is resin and some of the Protect bolt heads. All of the plastruck that is going to be used in and has been used in this project is right here. Every different size you can think of. The photo etch stuff that Miguel made me with HobbyWerks. There's the extra fuel cells and all. This I'm going to use as a template because this is for 24th, 25th scale, but these are the hinge sets for a stock car. And this is about the only thing left to do on that, and I just need to use some of the template, use these as a template to make the smaller version, which no big deal either. But everything you see, and I picked up some extra Protect stuff and I just dropped it in the box here, but this box is almost done. And then there's those shocks and brakes that Miguel made. Had a spare chassis in there. But this is my project box for that. There's those inside hood braces, wheels, tires, some of the Walthers, scale nuts and bolts, that kind of stuff. Really small micro stuff. But anyway, once this is finished, all this goes back into my just regular model inventory. But everything I'm going to need for a particular project, if I put it in here, then I know where it is. And in that this car is almost done anyway, once it is, all I'll do is transfer all of this stuff, like I said, back into the my stash inventory of just photo etch, resin, all that kind of stuff. I'll take a little bit of thinner on a paper towel and I'll just wipe all of this off the box, and it's ready for me to write on whatever the next one is. But like I said, there's 2 sizes of box. This one's, I really don't know what size it is, but it's bigger anyway. And then again, the shoebox size. And if you'll catch these on sale at Dollar Tree or Dollar General, will occasionally run them on sale for like $1 a piece, $1.50, but even at $2 a piece, and you use them over and over and over, so it's not a big deal. But that's how I plan and kind of keep everything together, guys. My project boxes make it easy because everything's at my fingertips. I don't have to go digging through. And well, I say that, but every now and then I will discover, hey, there's something else I need to get out. So I'll go dig in my box of photo etch, and I've got a couple of boxes that are actually a little bit bigger than this one. Not much bigger, but a little bigger than this one I picked up somewhere. And one has all 3D printed stuff. One has nothing but photo etch. One has resin. One has tires and wheels. It's a little bit smaller, but it's got tires and wheels from everywhere you can think of. That way, I kind of try to keep everything organized. It's not always easy, and sometimes they get stacked up and piled up on the desk like that. I've got 2 piles. I got another pile over behind here somewhere. So that stuff just gets all over the place. But I try to keep it organized, but hey, I'm sure some of you know how that is, and it does bug me when I don't have it organized, but oh well. But that's how I kind of get everything prepped and planned, and then kind of try to have some level of organization to it. But the project boxes for me are one of the big organizing factors that I like to use, because that way I know I don't have to go digging out something else. And also I will throw the paints in there if they're the small things. And the good thing about those big boxes is you can throw a paint can in there too. I think that was about it. But that's how Hobby Dude organizes and kind of plans his stuff out. But again, it starts with a body color, and then that makes it, again, easier for me to kind of accent the other colors. But that's it. Leon, thank you, buddy, for the question. And by the way, if you're not familiar with Leon's channel, Modelcar1589, get over there, show him some love, give him a sub, watch some of his videos. Great stuff there. He's a great contributor to the community, and he's been around with us for a while. And let's give him some subs and support. And remember, when we do that, it supports the hobby as a whole. Everything about model cars, the more subscribers to these channels, the more we're going to be seen. So get over there, show him some love. Leon, thanks again, buddy. Guys, love you. See you in the next video. Later.